Lights, camera, quiet on set, action. While most of us were simply tuning in every Thursday night to see what trouble young genius Sheldon Cooper would get into next, one of the stars of Young Sheldon was quietly crafting a different kind of story altogether, a story that would move from the soundstage to the printed page. In a twist even Sheldon might admire, this behind-the-scenes surprise didn't come from the main character himself, but from none other than Regan Revord, the bright and witty actress who plays Missy Cooper, Sheldon's sassy and sharply observant twin sister. While portraying the often overlooked voice of reason in the Cooper household, Regan was busy writing a world of her own, a novel that she worked on between takes, rehearsals, and school tutoring sessions on set. Now, that book is officially here, and fans of Young Sheldon and young adult fiction alike have reason to celebrate. A star with a pen and a pencil and a notebook. It all started with a journal. "I've always loved writing," Regan said in a recent interview. "Even before I got into acting, I was filling notebooks with short stories and scripts. I think I was 9 when I wrote my first mystery, about a missing parrot who turned out to be a jewel thief. I still have it somewhere." As the filming of Young Sheldon progressed over its successful 7-season run, Regan often found herself with pockets of free time on set, the kind of time that could easily be lost to endless scrolling or idle chatter. But instead of zoning out, she leaned in. "I started bringing my laptop or a notebook to set every day. Between scenes or during lunch breaks, I'd sit in my trailer or on the school set and write," she said. "That writing turned into chapters. Those chapters turned into a story. And that story, originally written just for herself, became something much more. A story within a story." The result of Regan's on-set authorship is a 300-page young adult novel titled, Between the Lines, a coming-of-age tale about a bookish teenager named Elsie who finds herself stuck in a small Texas town after a mysterious family tragedy. As Elsie grapples with loneliness, identity, and secrets too heavy for someone her age, she stumbles upon an old journal hidden in the floorboards of her grandmother's house, one that seems to be writing itself in real time. Yes, there's a touch of the surreal, a hint of magical realism, and a whole lot of heart. "It's not autobiographical, but there are definitely parts of me in it," Regan admitted. "Like Elsie, I've often felt like I'm straddling two worlds, being a kid and a professional, being in front of the camera and then going home to do homework. I wanted to write a story about someone who doesn't always fit in, but who eventually finds her own way of belonging. It's a deeply introspective story, balancing emotion with humor, not unlike Missy Cooper herself. Writing in the chaos. Writing a novel is hard enough. Writing it while acting on a nationally televised sitcom. That's a different level of creative multitasking. Sometimes I'd literally be mid-sentence in my draft when they'd call me to set," Regan said with a laugh. "I'd go shoot a scene, come back, and pick up where I left off. There were definitely times when I'd forget where I was going with a paragraph because I had just been arguing with Sheldon over dinner in the last scene. But she had help. Her on-set tutor encouraged her to use her writing for school credit. The show's crew cheered her on. Even the cast, including Ian Armitage, Sheldon, Montana Jordan, Georgie, and Zoe Perry, Mary, got in on the excitement. Ian was one of the first people to read a draft," Regan shared. "He gave me the sweetest notes, super smart, very Sheldon. And Montana said if it ever becomes a movie, he wants to play the love interest." While the book was written primarily during downtime on set, Regan took it seriously. After wrapping on the final season, she dedicated the summer to editing and polishing the manuscript. She later connected with a young adult fiction editor, who helped shape it for publication. From script to shelf. In August 2025, Between the Lines officially hit bookstore shelves, and fans have already responded with enthusiasm. The book debuted on several YA bestseller lists and sparked conversations on Book Talk, with readers praising its heartfelt storytelling and quirky, introspective protagonist. "I didn't expect it to connect with so many people," Regan said. "I just wanted to tell a story that felt real to me." But hearing from readers, especially teens who say they saw themselves in Elsie, that's been the most rewarding part. The book also features several Easter eggs for Young Sheldon fans. A character who always wears bow ties, a chapter that takes place in a twin's bedroom with two distinct halves, and even a teacher named Mr. Armitage, a subtle nod to her on-screen twin. What's next? So what comes after the debut novel of a TV star turned author? I'd love to keep writing, Reagan said. Acting will always be a big part of my life, but writing lets me express a different side of myself. I already have an idea for another book, maybe a fantasy next time. I've also started journaling again just to keep the creativity flowing. In the meantime, Reagan is exploring new roles post Young Sheldon, including indie films and voice acting, and says she's open to returning to TV, as long as I get to bring my notebook with me. She also encourages other young creatives to try writing, even if it's just for themselves. You don't need to wait for permission, she said. You don't need to be famous or perfect or know everything. If you have a story to tell, just start. You never know where it might lead. Final thoughts. While Young Sheldon may have aired its final episode, the creativity of its cast lives on in unexpected ways. Reagan Reward's journey from sitcom star to published author is more than just a fun trivia fact, it's a testament to what can happen when young artists are given space to dream and the courage to follow through. So next time you rewatch Young Sheldon and see Missy tossing out one-liners or challenging Sheldon with her quick wit, remember, behind those scenes, there was a new world being written, one line at a time. And now, it's your turn to read it. Would you like this formatted for a blog, newsletter, or magazine layout? I can adapt it.